Boom! So today we're revisiting the fallout from the Sabasaba protests, particularly the case of 58 young Kenyans who now face serious charges including robbery with violence and terrorism. With court proceedings underway, strong emotions from families and growing debate online, we break down what we know, what is alleged and what is at stake. Let's quickly talk about what Sabasaba really is. Sabasaba, referring to the 7th of July, is a date deeply rooted in Kenya's struggle for democracy. On July the 7th, 1990, Kenyans took to the streets demanding multi-party democracy, challenging the one-party regime of President Moi. 35 years later, this year, Kenyan youth also took to the streets protesting yet another regime, Ruto's. On Wednesday, July 16th, 58 suspects arrested during the June 7th Sabasaba demonstrations were arraigned at the Thika Law Courts. Each was charged with robbery with violence and terrorism, a capital offense under the law, and released on a 100,000 Kenya shillings cash bail or a 300,000 Kenya shilling bond. The prosecution alleges that the group was involved in the looting of Mathai supermarket in Juja. They were also accused of damaging 2 police vehicles and injuring 3 officers during the unrest. Outside the courtroom, tensions ran high. Some family members, mainly mothers, protested the bail terms, saying their children were innocent and had been swept up in general unrest. Several claimed that the accused were not part of any looting incident and had simply joined the protest or were caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Under Section 296 of the Penal Code, robbery with violence carries a mandatory life sentence and in some cases, the death penalty. Legal experts note that when the charges are serious, it remains an allegation. The burden of proof lies with the prosecution and the suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Some human rights groups have raised concerns about the use of such charges on protesters, calling for thorough investigation and due process. On X, several users questioned whether the charges are proportionate or politically motivated. Some pointed to the swift arraignment as a sign of the state's intent to deter future demonstrators. Human rights organizations have reported over 30 deaths during the protests and more than 1,500 arrests countrywide. As the legal process continues, the spotlight remains on both the courtroom and the broader question: how should the state balance law enforcement and the right to protest? This has been the recap and I've been your host Shalom Karaoke. See you in the next one.